Since COVID, a lot has changed. The world isn't the same as it used to be, and not in a good way. Everything has become gray, dull, and lifeless. And somewhere along the way, we did too. We've lost a bit of our spark, and if you're honest with yourself, you probably feel it too. Every new year rolls around, and we always hear the same thing. Next year will be my year for real. Except it wasn't. Not in 2023. Not in 2024. And it won't be in 2025 either, unless you force it to be. So, spare me a moment of your time, and I'll make sure you lock in for 2025. But just a quick disclaimer. I'm not here to motivate you. Motivation is like a sugar rush, and I'm not selling candy. I'm here to give you the tools, perspective, and reality check you need to make this your actual year. For real this time. Now, I won't be too hard on you. I know you've been trying, or at least you think you have. Maybe you started a fitness plan, but quit after 2 weeks because life got busy. Maybe you set goals, but they were so vague they were easy to ignore, like, I want to be better. Better at what? Breathing? You've been doing that since birth. Trying isn't enough if you're half-assing it. You're not failing because life is unfair, even though, yeah, it is. You're failing because you're waiting for life to miraculously align with your vibes, but it won't. You have to align yourself with your goals. And to do that, you need to start where it matters most. Your time. You probably say, I don't have time. That's funny because you had time to scroll TikTok for 3 hours yesterday. You had time to rewatch the same show for the 4th time because it's cinema. You had time to stare at the ceiling, thinking about how you have no time. See it now. You have time. You're just bad at using it. Let's do the math. You have 24 hours in a day. Let's say you sleep for 8 hours, if you're lucky, work or attend college for another 8, and spend 2 hours eating and existing. That still leaves 6 hours. Now ask yourself, what are you doing with them? If you can't answer without stuttering, you found your problem. We live in an era where you can learn literally anything for free. Want to start a business? There are tutorials, templates, and AI tools to guide you. Want to get fit? There are apps, YouTube channels, and communities to hold you accountable. Want to learn a new skill? Platforms like Coursera, Skillshare, or even TikTok, if you follow the right creators, have got you covered. So why are you using your phone to scroll aimlessly instead of using it to level up? Technology isn't the enemy, you are. Your phone is a tool. But if you treat it like a toy, it will treat you like a joke. But even then, tools are just tools. They're useless without a plan, which brings us to my next point, systems. Saying, I want to save money is cute, but what's your plan? Are you tracking expenses? Automating savings? Or just hoping your bank account surprises you like a pop quiz on Monday? The same goes for fitness, learning, relationships, everything. Goals are useless without systems. Systems make you show up even when you don't feel like it. They're the boring routines that actually get results. The meal preps, the study schedules, the workout plans. They separate the people who achieve from the people who just talk about achieving. And while we're at it, let's talk about the grind and why you need to embrace it. Success isn't exciting. It's boring, repetitive, and exhausting. It's waking up early to work out when you'd rather sleep. It's saying no to plans so you can study. It's putting in effort when no one is clapping for you. The grind isn't supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel necessary. The sooner you stop expecting every step to be fun, the sooner you'll start seeing results. But the grind doesn't have to be the old-fashioned way. The world has changed and opportunities are everywhere. You live in the most resource-rich era of all time. There's no excuse to be stagnant. Want to make money? There are endless opportunities. Want to learn a skill? Free tutorials exist. Want to improve at anything? Google it. Even if it's not perfect, you'll still learn something. See the problem now? You're not struggling because opportunities don't exist. You're struggling because you're not grabbing them. And no, scrolling through success content isn't the same as taking action. You might be watching this video or reading this article, but are you actually putting in the work? Stop being a passive consumer of inspiration. Start being an active participant in your own life. That being said, there's one more thing stopping you: balance. You've been sold this idea that you can balance everything perfectly: work, life, growth, rest. But honestly, it's not that easy, and it's kind of overrated. If you want something badly enough, you have to let other things slide. That doesn't mean burning out, but it does mean prioritizing like your life depends on it. Because it kind of does. You're not going to achieve your goals by squeezing them into the cracks of your schedule. They need to be front and center, not an afterthought. And to do that, you need to answer one big question. Are you really trying? It's easy to say you're trying, but are you really? Or are you just dabbling? There's a difference between effort and consistent effort. One gets you short-term results, if that, and the other transforms your life. Be honest with yourself. If you're not where you want to be, is it because the world is against you? Or is it because you're not fully locked in? Are you because you're lazy? Or are you lazy because you're you? You can't half commit and expect full results. I'm not saying this as someone who's perfect, because I'm not. But I can confidently say I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. And that's because I stopped waiting for life to hand me success and started forcing it. If I could do that, what's stopping you? This is your wake-up call. I'm not going to end this by saying something cheesy like, "You've got this," because honestly, you might not. That's up to you. But what I can say is this. If you decide to truly lock in, 2025 won't be another. Next year will be my year situation. It'll be the year you finally say, "This year is mine." The world isn't going to fix itself for you. It's gray and lifeless. And yeah, that sucks. But you're smart, strong, and adaptable. Most of all, you're capable. You can fix yourself. And maybe, just maybe, that'll bring a little color back to everything else too.